how much pre-sleep protein you need to maximize recovery and muscle protein synthesis. Hello folks, Scientific Health with a K here. Here we go with another study about protein. Muscle protein synthesis is stimulated by ingestion of protein and resistance training. And we know that muscle protein synthesis is the driving force for growth and muscle adaptation. Ingestion of protein before going to sleep is important because you're going to be fasting on protein and minimizing muscle protein synthesis for at least 6 to 8 hours. That's why we have this great study that's going to tell us the optimal amount of protein pre-sleep. Let's take a look at this beautiful study that investigated the effect of 2 different protein drinks on muscle protein synthesis overnight. The subjects of the study performed a bout of resistance exercise at 7:45, and then they consumed 20 grams protein drink immediately after the exercise. Before going to sleep, and that was 11:30, the subjects were provided with these drinks. 30 grams of casein protein plus 2 grams of leucine amino acid, which we know is the most important amino acid for muscle protein synthesis, or a placebo non-caloric drink. Even though the casein protein drink was effectively digested and absorbed overnight, there was no greater effect on muscle protein synthesis when compared to the placebo non-caloric drink. And that also applied to the casein drink plus 2 grams of leucine amino acid, and that also did not show any greater effects of muscle protein synthesis. Well, that's interesting, because 2 to 30 grams of protein is considered optimal for muscle protein synthesis. While we are relevant, let us clarify a few things here. 2 to 30 grams of protein is optimal to maximize muscle protein synthesis when you are awake and you're having your meals accordingly, which means there are around 4 hours between each meal. But when you are asleep, the duration of sleeping in this study was around 7 hours and a half, and that's longer than the space that you leave between your meals to maximize muscle protein synthesis. That's why it is plausible to increase your protein intake before going to sleep more than 30 grams to maximize muscle protein synthesis. So here is a piece of advice. 40 grams of protein, whether that is casein protein or in a meal, is optimal to maximize muscle protein synthesis overnight during sleep. Of course, this is what the science says, but maybe you have different individual experience with it. Maybe you feel better having less protein at night and more carbs, and you see no difference in your muscle mass. Or maybe some people prefer to eat more than 40 grams of protein and they feel totally fine. If you have been watching this channel for some time, you know that there is a new research suggesting that having up to 100 grams of protein can still stimulate muscle protein synthesis. We can safely conclude that 30 grams of casein protein with or without the leucine amino acid did not show any greater effects of muscle protein synthesis overnight during sleep. Of course, this is about the small things. What's really the most important is to hit your daily protein intake, whether that is in 4 meals or 1 meal before going to sleep. Stay safe, stay awesome, and check out the other videos to learn more.